Hello everyone, this is Diane. Thank you for coming to my channel. I'm going to go through these little Stash Buster journals with you today, and they're in my shop right now. But before I do that, let me just clarify something, correct something that I said in yesterday's video about the supplies that I purchased. I said I got them from Amazon, but I forgot I ordered some from scrapbook.com. So these are the ones I got from scrapbook.com. This is a stamp from Sam Poole. And this one, oh yeah, the postage stamps 2075. And this one, 2032, number reinforcers, it's called. And I had a couple people ask me about this one, so I did put a link to this one in yesterday's video. I added it in, and I will put it in today's video. I don't want to link everything because there were so many things. But if you go to scrapbook.com and look for Elizabeth Craft Designs, you'll see all of the stamps and dies that are available. And I got this Sam Poole stencil and this Elizabeth Craft Designs stamp set. All of these came from scrapbook.com. The other things were from Amazon. So I apologize for that mistake that I made. So these are the 4 Stash Buster journals that I just made. Just finished them last night. I worked on them pretty much all day yesterday. And I will be including the cut-off pieces that didn't get used in the journals. I'll divide these up, and these are all scrap pieces. And I have some tags and some other ephemera pieces that I will be including with the journals, so you can have those to start with for playing in them. So these are little, excuse me, these are little wire-bound children's books. Well, they weren't wire-bound, but they are now. And I decorated the covers and put the wires in. They're 1-inch wires. So I think there are about 50 sheets in there, so about 100 pages. It's pretty close to that, if it's not 100. So there's a lot in there. And I didn't add anything ruffly or bows or anything on it because these are small enough you can put them in your purse. So I thought the fewer frills on the outside, the better. Now, this one had some little black marks on it here, so I added this label, and here. So I added that trim. And these are just some embellishments on the edge. Sleeping Beauty, Rand McNally, Junior Elf. Start Right Elf books. I left him where you could see him and then collaged on the rest. And I put a little label there. So all of these books include all of the pages, and I think they're in order. I may have messed a couple up. I don't think I did, but no guarantees. There's some writing paper. Every book has the same sorts of things. This is a little sack, and there's a digital tag in there. From a vintage address book. This is from a vintage calendar page. And this is one of the little tags that I cut in that playing with my steel die video. Some stamps, some of the new stamps that I just got. Vintage ledger. Just miscellaneous things, no real theme to any of these. There's a postcard that was written on, but you could paste a picture there. There's a note card in each book. Made a little pocket on that page. So there are places for writing, and the book pages, of course, you could collage on or add pictures. You could add a piece of paper here that you can write on. It's another postcard. When postcards were 15 cents, I don't know how much they are now. Oh, that goes this way. This was cut out of a children's book. Ledger, that's not vintage. That's a digital tag. This is one of the die cuts, that label, or the number reinforcements it's called, that I just showed you. Wallpaper. And my signature is right on the back cover because I didn't want to cover that end paper with a pocket. So that is Sleeping Beauty. This is the smallest one. I know I cut the pages 4 by 6 for this, and the book measures 4 3/8 by 6.5. And here's the biggest one. Barbie and Skipper Go Camping, and this one is 5 3/8 by 6 3/8. And this is a Whitman Telltale book. And I did a lot of collaging on the back here. And a little bit of fabric added, and a little digital arrow there. I did wrap the raw edges of all the covers with paper. So I'm not going to flip through every single page, but I'll let you see some of the differences. Here's the sack in this one with a digital card. Calendar page. This one has a little card in there, little Project Life card. I use the same stamps in all of the journals. So the same sorts of pages and inserts. I think this is the same note card. The other two have different ones. There's a postcard. I pulled some of the pockets that I had made out of my stash and used them. This is one of the new stamps. This is from the Kathy Holden Sign Here set. And my signature's on the back cover again because the end papers were printed. The next two are First Little Golden books, and they are 4 7/8 by almost 6. So this one does have a little bit of a fabric ruffle here. I didn't put too much on the cover of this because there's a lot going on that I didn't want to cover, and I did put some metal corners on both of these. These are wrapped. These covers are wrapped, and these are not. So the corners tend to fray a little bit more. And I covered the end papers on this one because I think it was a little bit dirty. This cover was dirty. I couldn't clean that. off. It's not terrible, but you can see it's not a brand new book. I didn't give you dates. This one's 1983. Again, the same things inside. This is a little booklet that I made out of a Mary Maxim order form to order a catalog. That was a craft supply. My mother used to get the Mary Maxim catalog. And I just made it into a little booklet. This was in my stash. Here's the sack in this one. I had to fold the bottom of it up so it formed a pocket. This book is so cute. Over in the Meadow. I have to start it. I won't read the whole thing, but it's just so cute. Over in the meadow, in the sand, in the sun, lived an old mother turtle and her little turtle one. Dig, said the mother. We dig, said the one. So they dug all day in the sand, in the sun. Over in the meadow where the stream runs blue lived an old mother fish and her little fishes too. Swim, said the mother. We swim, said the two. So they swam all day where the stream runs blue. And then it continues on, adding more and more animals. So cute. This one had a little pocket that I made with one of my dies. I had these already cut, but I hadn't put them together with the the eyelet things and the reinforcements or the string. This is kind of thick string for doing this, but I didn't have a thinner one. Vintage ledger again. Got some vintage kids game cards in these journals. So there are a few vintage pieces in each. Countryside, because it's over in the meadow. Here's the card in this one. That's vintage. I think all of the cards that I used are vintage. It has a cute card in the back. This is just a file folder piece that I had stamped. Vintage postcard. Wallpaper. And on the back of this one, I put my signature on a tag. And lastly is Martha's house. This one has the metal corners and some fabric and rickrack and a tiny little pom-pom. I decorated some of these covers on video, did some collaging on the back. This was in my stash, and this was in my stash. A little booklet that I made with a playing card on the front and the back. Has the same bag in it. A little sack that we just did in the die cutting video. I added a digital picture of the Mona Lisa and a tag that I cut out in that video, or at least I used one of those dies, the Tim Holtz tag dies. Maybe I didn't do that on video. Things I ought to remember. Love that little mouse. There's a vintage postcard. here's the vintage card. These are both digitals. More fun pages, wallpaper, and a pocket on the back with my signature. These are the last journals to have 2023 written on my signature circle there. So yeah, these are the last journals for 2023, and I'll be putting them in my shop so that they're there when you see this video. And yeah, these are great for just putting in your purse or keeping near your chair so you can grab them and write notes, or use them for a specific purpose. Keep lists in them. Gift them to a young person in your life that might want to start journaling. Lots of fun things you can do with these journals. Looking forward to coming back and seeing what we accomplish in the year 2024. And I hope that you are all doing something creative today. Bye-bye.